I don't need no one to save me. I was born to be the greatest. All that time in that basement, all that time isn't wasted. Rapping getting faded. I just wanna tell my mom that I made it. Just wanna be the topic of the conversation. Used to rock the gold plated. Now I'm wearing gold chains like I'm famous.
I'm asking is that has there kind of been I guess a catalyst to the social media era?
Yeah, well, the thing is with social media, what it's done is it's done a few things that kind of messes up the game for a lot of these guys. And I say this, the reason why I say that is because it's made these guys more lazy. So for example, like you said, you have to put in the groundwork, you have to go out and do what you got to do. That creates and builds a stronger character, right? Now, if you're just some young 19, 20-year-old who's just living on social media all day, right? What happens is not only are you not getting or gaining the skills of really interacting with women like in real life, what you're doing is that you're bombarded with a lot of the information online that's telling you who you are. Like, well, you're not 6 foot, you ain't got a 6-pack, it's looks, money, and status. You ain't got your money up. You got to have 6 figures. All these women only want this and that. So that's going on in your head at the same time while you're not actually taking action. So then you start to say, well, why should I even take action if I'm not that guy? I can't, I'm gonna get any girls anyway. And I keep being reinforced that women aren't going to want me because I don't have those things that women say they want. And so what happened is that social media has conditioned these dudes to be more and more insecure, right? And then on top of that, what happens is, and this is the funny part, and this is the ironic part, you would think that that social media, because there's more access to women, right, that it would be easier for these guys, right? But the thing is that if you're the type of guy who's lazy, if you're the type of guy who's not confident, if you're the type of guy who is, doesn't have any game, then it's going to be even harder for you because there's other guys who have game. There's other guys who are not lazy, who are hollering at these women. So now what happens is that you become further back in the, in the background, and therefore it's harder for you to make anything happen. Because just like, for example, back in the day, you would go to a house party, maybe it's like 50 people in there, right? Let's say there's like 25 guys, 25 girls. Let's just make it even. It's just, that's what it is. But now you're on social media, like there's thousands of guys and thousands of women, but there's thousands more men who don't have game. And then you sort of blend in with the thousands of guys who don't have game. But the guys who do have game are killing it because they have thousands of women to holler at. You see what I'm saying? So what social media did is, one, it created a lot of guys who get more insecure. And then also what it did is that it made those same guys, fall into this thing where they feel stuck because they're caught in between what they're hearing about themselves online and what is actually happening in these situations where these women are only getting with the guys who, actually know what they're doing. So if you don't know what you're doing, and on top of that, you keep getting indoctrinated in your mind that you're nothing, that women don't want you, that you're ugly, that you're short, that you ain't got no money, all this other stuff, that's going to take a toll on you. And then you're going to be lost in the sauce. So this is why game is important, because those guys who think this way or feel this way is because they're ignorant, meaning that they're getting the wrong information, meaning that they don't actually know how to do what they need to do. Because see, social media actually is a tool to make it easier for you. The fact that you can pick up your phone, and meet millions of women in your phone, you should be able to go make something happen. But it's funny, it's the opposite, because most of these guys, they've been indoctrinated to be losers. So that's just what happens at the end of the day,
Yeah, I got you. Okay. All right. So we are going to so it looks like we have a little over 10 minutes left, but we're going to get into now we're going to get into the whole passport, bro, travel, bro.
Oh shit. Let's go.
So Now, before we play the video, now, when was the last time you traveled? Now, the last time that you mentioned to me that you traveled was, I want to say it was what, 2008, 2009. I want to say that that you went to Brazil. And I'm talking about abroad, not domestic, but abroad.
No, the last time I traveled, well, last time I went to Brazil was like 2008, but the last time I traveled like outside of the US was I think it was 2020, because it was around like the pandemic time, or 2021, because it was like right after that. So yeah, 2021. I went to was it Barbados?
Yeah, Barbados. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was the last time I went out.
Okay. All right. So, because a lot of the pushback, and not necessarily you specifically, but some of the pushback from the travel community when it comes to some of the dating coaches is that, well, one is because, like, they say either some of you all have not traveled outside of the United States or haven't traveled recently. So recently, 2021, that's cool. But like, if someone says, oh, you know, I went out to, let's say, I went out to Kenya in like 2003. It's like, dude, that's 20 years ago. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't count. You know what I'm saying? So, but like, okay, 2021, that's fairly recent. So again, that's one thing. Number two is when talking about being a dating coach, like they say that some of you don't have the receipts, if you will. What say you to that? While I'm pulling up this video.
Yeah, that's the thing with receipts. And this is the funny part. I always tell guys about this, right? Is that, see, receipts can only be shown in real life, in real time. So what I mean by that is, like, okay, so let's say, for example, let's say I go and just like call up one of my friends or call up some girl I know, right? And let's say I never dated her. I just know this girl from somewhere. Let's say, because I go to a lot of events or whatever. Let's say just a girl I know. I never fucked her, never went out with her, never did anything. I say, yo, come through. I want to take some pictures with you and some video of you. And then I'm going to tell these guys that you're a girl that I messed with, right? And I could do that 10, 20, 30 times. So now I could manipulate. And then you'd be like, oh, Lucario's that dude. Oh, my God, look at all this other stuff. And that's because guys are gullible because they don't understand the game. Right now, what happens is that guys who have game understand discretion, and discretion is important. Just like, for example, right? If you were to talk to a girl, let's say on the Clubhouse app. For those who don't know, Clubhouse is an app where you have audio where people go on and they chat. It's like they have Twitter Spaces, the same thing, right? Or even you can do like a live stream with a bunch of women or whatever. If you ever notice, when women are publicly speaking, they never in most cases, not saying all, but in most cases, 9 times out of 10, they will never say, yeah, yesterday I went out with this guy and you know, he took me to his house and banged and we smashed. You understand? Or yeah, I was at this club the other day and I gave this guy head in the bathroom. Or, you know, I did this and did that. And they'll usually never say that. And you know why they never say that? Is because they don't want to be put out there and look like a quote unquote slut or hoe, right?
Right, exactly.
So now when guys are asking for receipts, you're basically telling me to show you a woman and make her look like a slut or a hoe. You see what I'm saying? So that woman doesn't want to be put out on Front Street to be seen as that. So let's say I was talking to a girl named Jessica, and I said, Jessica, let me take some pictures and post it up. And then I post it up and I say, hey guys, I smashed this chick yesterday. Now Jessica's probably dating some other dude right now. And it's the dude she's dating gonna be like, yo, I saw a video with Lucario talking about he smashed you the other day. What's going on? You see what I'm saying? So this is why receipts are not good, because what happens is that the receipt is basically showing the business of the woman, and the woman also has her game. So you're messing up her game, but you're also messing up your game too, because now what's going to happen is that other women that I'm trying to deal with are going to see me and say, you know what, I'm not really fucking with Lucario because he always putting his business out on Front Street. That's the issue. You see what I'm saying?
I got you. Understood. Okay, so let's get into this video. This is a reaction that you did to O'Shea Duke Jackson's video,
right?
And this is a live that you did. I believe it was what, last week. Passport Bros Need to Learn game.
Right.
Okay, so let's check this out.
So what happens is that if you think you can take shortcuts, if you think that the game doesn't apply to you, right, then you're going to be in serious trouble. There's certain things that you're going to have to deal with because, you know, you're just out here doing a bunch of bullshit, right? Now, before we get into all of that, man, remember, guys, make fucking sure that you guys go get tickets to the Game Kings 2 Definition of a Man seminar. Make sure you guys go.
All right. Yeah. So definitely. Well, yeah, I was trying to can't move that out the way, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
This on the screen.
Oh, okay. All right. Now is the address like on the ticket, or are you liberty to say where this is actually going to be at?
Yeah, so everything, all the information's on the ticket. So anybody that want to go, just go on my YouTube page, and under any of the recent videos, it has the link to the tickets. So, and also if you can't make it to the actual seminar, you can watch it in live, because we're gonna have streaming too, so you can get a streaming ticket and then you can go watch it while we're doing it live. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, just go to my page and hit up any of the recent videos, and then the link is under there, and then you can make that happen.
Okay, got it.
Right.
All right.
Boom. And get that shit cracking. You feel what I'm saying? Make sure you guys do that. You're going to have the links at the bottom of the video when you're watching this. So make sure you guys go and check that out and get that shit cracking. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up this video from O'Shea Duke Jackson, right? So he did a video the other day. And it says, a passport bro is pleading for help after his Asian wife did this to him. So let's pull this up real quick. Let's just go in. Let me pull this video up. And we're going to talk about this video, okay? Because according to the Passport Bros, chicks overseas are just way more submissive. You understand? Like, you can just go to another place and all of your, women problems are going to be solved. You feel what I'm saying? So let's get real here, though. Let's get real here. You understand? Because we want to talk about this video in particular, because I've seen multiple videos that's been done about different situations about these guys doing their thing. Now, let me say this before I go in. I want you guys to understand that I do not care if a man goes overseas, pays for pussy. I don't care if a guy is tricking, simping. I don't care. Do what you do with your life. What I do care about, though, is when people try to act as if they don't need game. And then what happens is that reality shows them that they do. You understand? Right. So do what you do, but don't.
So, yes. Oh, sorry. Yeah. So really quick, I know we got about 5 minutes left here, so I'm gonna try to be as quick as possible. Now, when you say that brothers need game, I believe that brothers do need game. I'm of the belief of that. What I will say though is that, like, if you do have a semblance of game here in the States, like, your game is going to be stronger abroad. Only reason why I mention that is because the women abroad are typically more transparent, right? So, I mean, again, there's always going to be a woman that's going to try to finesse you and all that stuff, But the thing is that the transparency with women abroad is is light years higher than the woman here in the States, right? So, and of course, you know, we're both from the city, so I'm sure you probably seen this article that came out last year, with the whole thing about foodie calls, where the woman would go on the dating app and then go out with the guy, and then she basically would get food for a week. You know, that was a finesse. Now, typically, most, I'm not going to say all, but most women, they won't go out with a guy unless they actually like this guy. So in the States, not saying all either, but there are more women that will go out with a guy, maybe because there's a place where she's never been before, or a place that she wants to go, as opposed to actually wanting to just hang out with this guy. So now, not all guys travel for women, but we're hyper focused on the woman right now. So what I'm saying is that my pushback, not necessarily to you, but just in general, this conversation is that most men are traveling when it comes to women. Like when it comes to meeting a woman or whatever the case is that the women are more transparent abroad. And I do agree with you that they do need game, but they don't need as strong of a game there as opposed to here in the States. What say you?
I would say this. The thing is not even necessarily about I'll say this. A woman being transparent should always be in response to a man being transparent. So like if you're here in the States and you know, and let's say you're saying with the foodie call stuff, right?
Yeah.
That only can occur because a man isn't transparent, meaning that he's dealing with a woman and he's not letting his intention be known about what he wants. So therefore he gets played for food because he's sitting there like, oh, let me take you out to dinner. He don't want to take her out to dinner. He's trying to smash. So if he was transparent about smashing, he would never be taking a woman out to dinner, right? Either one or two things that happen. He'd meet women who want to have sex with him, or he's going to meet women who don't want to have sex with him. Either way, he's not going to dinner. Either way, he's not getting finessed. And so the same thing with overseas is that even if you're overseas, you still have to be transparent with the woman and not necessarily wait for her to be transparent with you, because what will happen is the same way the woman is doing the foodie call. If you're overseas, it's the same exact thing, but just in a different form, because the woman is imposing her will on you. So a woman should never be imposing her will on you, because you're always going to get taken for a ride. Now, the ride you get taken for in a certain situation, for example, overseas, may be something that a guy doesn't mind, because he's like, well, okay, I'm here. This girl, she's showing me interest. She's probably showing me interest because I'm American and she know I got some paper. So I'm gonna just do what I got to do to get this ass, right? Cool. If that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do. But understand, you're still going along with her the same way the guy in the States is going along with the girl taking her out to dinner. So this is why you always have to be transparent about what you want, regardless of where you are in the world with any women. And so once you do that, then you don't have nothing to worry about, because anything that's coming your way is based off of what you want, period. You see what I'm saying? And that's what I'm saying, where the game is important, because once that goes down, then there's no confusion, there's no manipulation, there's no like feeling some type of way, because everything that's coming your way is based off of how you came at the situation.